Hello, family. Once again, I do thank you for letting me in your space again. Thank you for leaving the light on for me. Thank you for leaving the door ajar to let me know that I'm still welcome, even though I've been away for a while. All right. I do hope that your family is blessed. I hope that you yourself are blessed. I hope that above all things, whatever happens or has happened in your life, I hope that your soul and your mind are blessed. All right. Once again, welcome to another long overdue motivational talk in what I call Ground Up. Um, this is where I motivate you. This is where you inspire me. And together we form that symbiotic relationship. All right? So each one teach one. Okay, so tell me now, family, what did you do in my absence? Did you plant a seed? Did it germinate? Did your flower bloom? How tall is your tree right now? Or did you just sit and fold your arms and say, well, I'm not doing anything? I hope that was not the decision you made. But regardless, I am here again with just to show you some love and to shower you with some positive vibes and some positive energy, right? I know some of you might be thinking or might be saying that, Diana, I have done well and things are changing and I am succeeding. So that's I say more power to you. And then for those of you who might say, well, nope, nothing changed. In fact, it got worse. Because I'm still in the same place, I'm still in the same space, and nothing changed. I'm sorry to tell you that, while you might still be in that physical space, or that physical place, things are always changing. I'm just so sorry that you didn't notice. Emotionally, things are changing. Things have changed physically, spiritually. Things are always changing. And if you are so focused on the external, you will not realize the climatic environment that's going on the inside. And that is key. Your internal climate is key. And if you lose sight of that, then everything else will might as well become like it really doesn't matter. And you will also lose sight of yourself if you don't understand or recognize the internal changes that are going on inside of you. Like for example, they say that the earth is or no, they say the change is constant. Yes, change is constant. And for me, because changes are life, or things are always changing, it doesn't mean that you should not remain constant amidst the changes. Constant in your focus, constant in your outlook on life, constant in your perspective, constant in your drive to succeed and to be the best you that you can be, right? It doesn't really matter who else is doing what, or it doesn't matter what they are saying. You have to make sure that you are always in that position to be or to become the best you that you can be. All right. I know, for example, that like I said, well, my belief. I don't want you to bring out the maps. I don't want you to bring out the compasses. I don't want you to, tell me what Plato or tell me who said or tell me what whomever say. I believe that the earth remains constant. I believe that the sun and the moon goes through portals. I believe that just the same way that the earth is constant, and this is my belief. You don't have to accept that. I believe that because the earth remains constant, and it looks up to the heavens for its daily portion. Also, in the same breath, the earth also is nourished from within or from beneath. So everything is perfectly positioned, and everything is a balance. There is a proportional balance between everything that exists So for you to sometimes feel like the way things are, it's not changing. Things are always changing, but internally, most of the times, that's where the changes begin first. And you have to recognize your like I said earlier, your internal climate, in order to recognize what season you are in order to recognize, to when to stay put, in order to recognize when to keep digging, when to plant. Because you see, the earth is the earth. You are you. We are created to do excellent, to do great things in the earth. So even if the earth breaks away and you are on that piece that is sailing over yonder, and somehow you find yourself on an island somewhere, it's just you, guess what? What's under your feet? The earth is still under your feet. The earth is going to yield what it will yield. It will still plant. If you still plant things on it, it will grow. Yes, of course, unless, even if it goes into a place where it's a harsh climate, guess what? Then you'll realize that internally you find there's that thing inside of you that is going to generate and begin to adopt to that place, or to that situation, to that era where you are. You have to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you can do more than you think. You can do more than your physical space will allow you to do. You just have to realize the changes that are on the inside, and also strive to excel from within sometimes, right? Like I said, I believe that everything is purposefully balanced, and even if you don't realize this, that's maybe why you have this turmoil on the inside, because things are trying to nurture you. Our life is trying to nudge you to the next level, and out of frustration you might think that, oh, this is just a bother. But if you just calm yourself and just just look internally and see what is happening on the inside of you, then you will know where to move, how to move, and when to do. I also believe that the stars will one day line up in your favor. And for example, remember I talked about being constant in your outlook, in your position, in your goal. If, for example, the stars are lined up in your favor, and you keep chasing, if you keep chasing the sun, you keep chasing the moon, for want of a better word, you keep chasing everything, guess what? You will lose yourself in transition, or you will lose those things in transition. And maybe by the time that your stars are lined up and ready over your heaven to shower down on you the Father's blessings, you are not even in your position. You have moved yourself out of your position. So therefore you lose what was meant for you. Time and chance happen to all of us, but we have to realize that time and chance is as the sun goes through the portal. Like I said, you have day, I have night, you have winter, I have summer. If you understand what is inside of you and who you are, you will remain in yourself. You will know that I have to keep fighting, I have to keep pushing, I have to keep believing in my dreams, I have to do this no matter what, because one day, like I said, the stars again would come to line up in my favor, and they will bring me what is mine in my full proportion. Another thing I want to say to you, if, for example, take like a seed, right? Every seed does not have the same makeup. Some seed might just need just a little bit of earth to move away, and you put them there, and in the space of no time they grow. Maybe that's a tulip, and you see, a tulip might not require much to grow. But what if you're a tulip? If you're a tulip and you recognize yourself as a tulip, then so be it. You might not need much. You might not take much. You might not have a long lifespan. But what also if you are an oak seed, right? In the midst of the earth, or in the heart of the earth, is where you go. In the darkness, that's where you will germinate. That's where you will have to be sending your root down in alone. You have to be fighting for yours. You have to be sending your root way down until you find water, right? But and it might seem like, oh, you're long gone and forgotten. It might seem like, oh, everything is covering over me. Oh my, the tulips are bearing, the daffodils are bearing, are blossoming, everything is growing, and I'm just here in the dark. But you might have a different your journey is different. And because your journey is different, it requires much. And when you pop the earth, I did say that in one of my other talks before, when you pop the earth and you come up, every storm that's above you, it will just be like a walkover, because you spent that time in the dark. And that's where you needed to grow. That's where you needed to find your strength. That's where you needed to understand your internal climate. And if you, as long as you don't pluck the seed up, as long as you don't abort your seed in its embryonic stage, then if you can allow your seed to germinate, even in the dark, even in the depths of the earth where you feel alone, or you feel sad, or you feel despondent, you understand the kind of makeup that's in your seed, that you're an oak tree, and that you are a mahogany, that you're a prized possession, you're the king of the forest. If you understand that, and if you affirm that in yourself, then it doesn't matter how long you stay in the dark, you will always strive, and always take your time, and always be patient, because sooner or later, your tree will begin to bloom. And don't abort your seed in the embryonic stage, all right? Because then if you do so, you kill your dreams, and if you kill your dreams, you kill your possibilities. Right, so before I go, I'll just say, while you diligently wait on the stars to line up in your favor, take notice of your environment. Take notice of your internal climate. Take notice, understand who you are, understand the makeup of seed, the makeup that is in you. Don't rush to see what everyone else is doing. Don't chase after the sun and the moon, because again, you will lose yourself in transition. And I'm repeating, when the stars come around, line up to bestow on you your proportion or your portion, you will not be around to receive it. So be constant in your goals, be constant in your dreams, be constant in your aspiration to succeed. All right, and know that everyone is not a tulip, everyone is not a daffodil, everyone is not an oak tree. As long as you know who you are and recognize who you are, then you will not pluck up your seed or abort your seed in while it is still an embryo. All right, so I do hope that I've shared something with you today, and that you are still fighting your way up or fighting your way down, because sometimes down is up. It depends on what you have inside your makeup. You might still be going down, still searching for that water down there, but remember that while you're going down, you're not dying, you're actually living. So you're living from within, you're living from inside out. And so when people see you this high and they say, oh, this is a small tree, they don't know that the greater portion of you is buried way down deep, and your roots are actually sitting at the head of a stream underneath. So therefore your leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever you do, you shall prosper. I wish you good tidings. I wish you blessings. I wish you that your soul prosper. I wish you all the success that you want for yourself, and then more. So once again, I want to thank you so much for letting me into your space. It was warm and cozy, and I do thank you again. Before I go, family, I have a little mantra that I came up with today, this morning actually, while I was on my walk. And I want to share it with you, and if you are so inclined, you can chant it with me. You don't have to wait on me to always come during GroundUP. You can just say it whenever if you feel the need to. So it's my affirmation. It says, I affirm that good and bad are small paragraphs in the chapters of my life. I affirm that I am a story, my own original story, with a beautiful beginning and a powerful conclusion. I affirm that if you misread or misinterpret me, that does not deter me. I affirm that money is a tool, and with or without it, my fate to succeed is sealed. So until next time, family, I say stay positive. Be good to yourself. Be kind to your soul. And until then, I say ground up.